Yeah, I'm always kind of reflecting on my connection to country, and especially as someone who hasn't grown up on country, you know, this connection feels very much informed by distance, and I feel really privileged that I can kind of work through these sort of positionings in relation to country through my arts practice.
Yeah, I mean, there is that kind of connection, but there's this disconnection as well. And I think that we're still intergenerationally getting over the violence of colonisation. So I think that that's important to kind of make a note of that and how we struggle to want to be on country and we yearn for it, and therefore we make work about it.
My name is Jahkarli Felicitas Romanis. I'm a proud Pitta Pitta woman, born and raised on Wiradjuri country, currently living and working on Wiradjuri and Bunwurrung land. I work mostly with photography in my arts practice.
My name is Brook Andrew and I'm a Wiradjuri Ngunnawal, and strong connections out to the Lachlan River and Arambia Mission where my grandmother grew up.
I'm interested in where photography technologies are born from and in what context they're born from. I'm interested as well in the kind of life and agency of images after they've been made, and so have, you know, an interest in working with photographs from state institutions. And I've had family members kind of documented, and they now kind of exist within state institution archives. So my work kind of thinks about materiality and photographic technologies and how I can use them as a vehicle for connecting with both place and ancestors. For the Country Road and NGV First Nations Commission, I'm making a large-scale photographic installation, and the image is of Pitta Pitta country, specifically the Brook River. Pitta Pitta country is known as channel country, so it goes through kind of seasonal flooding. But yeah, the large-scale work will be sort of a wall-to-floor installation, and people will be invited to walk on the print, and that's where the kind of tactility and materiality of photography kind of comes into this particular work. I'm interested in how people will sort of navigate the gallery space once the work is installed, and really it's kind of a metaphor or comment on the way that we treat country and the kind of destruction of country. With the theme for this project being future country, I'm really thinking about climate change and environment destruction, and this work kind of sit in conversation with the sort of broader context that we're living in at the moment. Often with these works, I think we kind of see the outcome, but there's a team of people who have really been helping me think through a lot of problems, because this work is, yeah, ambitious in its size and also in its kind of installation as well. And this opportunity has allowed me to kind of travel to country and make the work and spend time on country, which, yeah, I mean, that's invaluable. I went with my mum, so that was really nice, being able to do that.
The most fun thing about it is getting to know Jahkarli more. I really think we, you know, have good energy together, and I really love her practice and the way it connects us to river country. I also really admire the kind of emotional, historical, kind of contemporary context of what it takes to look into archives. It can be very heavy, burdenous work, but it's also very rewarding, and I think it's very complex. But how it can influence the way in which we capture country today, like in real life, and seeing that process within Jahkarli in this project, and also making it a larger work, and also walking on the work and us kind of talking about conceptually what is it that she wants, how does she embody herself in it and her embody within that space, and how she invites other people to walk on the work as well, is really a very enjoyable process to see unfold.